Well, hey there everybody. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day or night, and welcome back to my channel. As always, I'm Deluxe. All right, let's do another freaking Transformer review because I love some freaking Transformers. And today we'll be taking a look at the 2025 TFCON Toronto exclusive. This is with Fanshobby, Chosen Prime, and Get Right Robot. This is their MB23C. This is Hangman. This is their version of a Snare from one of the Predator jets and everything. So beautiful. Love the box art. Once again, Get Right Robot does a great job as always. Really good dude. Friend of mine and everything. Can't wait to see what happens in Chicago, what they're going to do. So there you go. There's Hangman right there. Once again, artwork. And on the back, there he is. Now, he is a retool. He does have some different wings than with the original one. But man, look at all that stuff. Looks great. And there you go. That right there. And then on the bottom, right there. All right. So let's get right to it. And hit me also on likes, shares, prayers, and Care Bears. Hit that sub button for me if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. Also follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. Everything is in the description. And go to Show Z by using Transformers. At the top, hit Deluxe32. Really helps out the channel. So let's get right to it and let's talk about some Hangman from Fanshobby, Chosen Prime, and Get Right Robot. Let's freaking go. All right, all right. All right, let's take a quick look at what he comes with first. And there you go. He comes with a nice little collector card. It is just thin paper stock. Hangman right there, or Snare. There you go. You got some stats right there. It's pretty cool. And instructions as always. Once again, the beautiful artwork. Nice instructions, nice big pictures. It shows you everything you can do. All that good stuff with him. So that's pretty nice. I like that. And on the back, power palette right there. All right, you get two weapons. These are kind of I want to say a bronze, kind of goldish kind of tint to it. They do flip out. We have to get that little thing right there, like that. And you get two missiles. And they are nice, this lime green, which is nice. I like that. You can just kind of put them in like that. They don't shoot or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. So you get two of those. You get these two adapters for stands. So if you have a stand, unfortunately I do not have a stand, but I'll show you where these go on in jet mode, and you can plug them on and everything. It shows it in instructions too. Let me see if I can show you right there. They'll show you where they go. If you have like two little stands like that, and you can just play them like that. It's pretty cool. And he is a Power Master, so he does come with a little pilot. Very nice. Got the chicken head. That's pretty cool. Got gold, blue right there, a little silver right there, and the silver on the feet, which is nice. I'll go over articulation real quick. A little bit, swerve for the head. No up or down, anything like that. You can go about to right there. You can go all the way out there. You can go like that. You do have an elbow bend. It's very tight. Be careful. And that's about it for there. No waist swivel. You can go out to about right there. You can kick up and kick back. You do got a little swivel and a knee bend, which is nice. And nothing for the feet. And there's the back of it, like a little motor. And like I said, it's got that bronze kind of goldish color right there, which is nice. I like that. So there you go. There is the Power Pilot, and that is what he comes with. All right, so there's Fanshobby, and this is their Hangman or their Snare, one of the Predator jets and everything. So he is a retooling of the Master Force Dreadwind or Buster. I'll put a picture, unless, like I said, unfortunately I don't have mine out, but I'll show you a picture. The wings are different. Instead of going backwards, they're move forward, and I think this part back here is a little different too as well. And I'll put this there. They do a picture of the little Power Master too as well. So I'll put a picture right there and everything. So that's pretty cool. All right. And how you transform him, you just flip up, just basically just do this. The arm, little hand goes in right there, and it tabs in right there. And I'll put him in there in a little bit. But yeah, here he is. I do have the weapons attached already. You just tab them in. You can tell there's a slot right there. You just put it in right there. This will extend too as well. That's pretty good. Now I do have the landing gear out as well. What you do is you may need a spudger. You just flip them out right there. And with this one, you got to spread open these two pieces right here, and then you can flip out the landing gear right there. And it looks good. I love it, man. I love got the nice blue paint, the beautiful cherry red right here around the cockpit. Kind of got this lime green, and there you can tell, you can see some nice sculpt work in there. The seat and everything that's painted silver in there. It looks really good. Got some blue, some more blue. Like I said, this is painted gold. That looks good. You do got some paint underneath. You'll see all that in bot mode, but really nice. The wings do move up and down, so that's really nice. And that's a bit, the cockpit does not open. Would have been pretty cool. This does move a little bit as well, where it turns around. Now, you can do the combine thing. It kind of looks goofy, you know, the centipede thing. So what you do is you just basically spin this around, and then you can take this piece and move it like that. So you can take their wingman, or which was the exclusive for it was Darkwing or Hydra, and you can do the centipede thing, the kind of goofy looking thing. But it's options, and options are always good for Transformers. But you just combine them, and you can do that as well. So you just move this back right there, and let's see if I can move this back. All right, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, there you go. Looks really good. So there is Fanshobby and their Snare, or their Hangman, and I think it looks awesome. All right, so other couple things I forgot to mention. You can, with these adapters, you can, if you have a stand or anything like that, you take the smaller one, and this will go in the back. You just flip these in, and you just find a little sweet spot right there, and that will attach right there. And this will go in the front right here. That. So you have that option. So you take those off right there. If you have two stands, you can kind of display it like that. And that's pretty cool. I'll just leave that on there. Let me flip these back out. Like I said, you may need a spudger to flip those out and everything. And like I said, you can do the combine thing, but you can also take the Power Master, and just like the Dreadwind, you can flip this out right here and move that. It's on a little hinge right there. And there's two little spots right there, or two little slots, and there's little tabs on his legs. And you can move that up a little bit, and then you can just have this in right here like that. And you got the Power Master in there. Now you can take this off as well if you want to display it. It is on like a little C-clip thing, and you just kind of move that off right there, and you can take it off and display it too with that. So there you go. You got a couple options right there with the Power Master. That's pretty cool. And real quick, there is Alternator's Hot Rod. And we got Magic Square Swindle. And we also got Fans Toys Jazz. So there is some scale for you. Alrighty, back for transformation. Here is the Hangman or their Snare, one of the Predator jets, and it looks good. Alright, make sure, I didn't know if I finished it off when I'm doing transformation, make sure these little tabs, this thing right here is tabbed in right here and right here. They have a problem, just like the original mold. They will come on tab while if you're doing some articulation or something like that or messing around with it. So just be wary of that, but make sure those are tabbed in, because you got to separate this chest. It's on like a little sliding mechanism, and it's a pain to taint to get them to slide out and to actually stay all the time. Sometimes they will start collapsing in, so just be aware of that. But here he is. I think it looks really good. I love the new wings. Those are cool. Got a lot of nice paint. The face is painted. You got this gold, the silver, gold right here. Love this cherry red. You got some blue, some aqua accent points. You got gunmetal silver throughout. Some more, aqua, silver, blue. Tons of great paint. Very nicely done. You already saw the wings and everything. Looks really good. On the back, you do got a backpack. Most jets are going to have a backpack. So, but there it is. Try to clean up as best I can. So pretty cool. All right. As far as articulation, okay. So you can look down and look up. Not much, but you do have this. It does move back and forth too as well. So you can look down quite a bit, and you can look up. But it starts breaking up the sculpt right there. But you do have that option. Go all the way around. Little add to, it's on a ball peg, but I love the head sculpt. A little gold and yellow for the eyes, which is nice. All right, so the wings, as you can tell, they do fold on a hinge right there and a hinge right here, so you can get them out of the way. So you can go all the way around, lift this up, ratcheted right there, really nice. These will go up and down, just because transformation and everything. You do have a 90-degree elbow bend, which is nice. Bicep swivel, golly, slippery place right there. Okay, he does got some slappers on him, golly. So the thumb is on a ball peg. It does have a bend at the middle of the knuckle and the base, and all on one pin, and they do move, and you got 1, 2, 3 points of articulation for the fingers, which is nice. All right, get that out of the way. All right, so the waist kind of weird. You got a waist swivel to about right there. I mean, it's enough for me and everything. You do got like I'm a little teapot little thing, and you got a little bit of back wrench, not much. It really doesn't stay that well, but it's there a little bit. But kind of a weird kind of waist and everything. And then you got the little skirts right here. So hard ratchets, Van Dam all day, every day. Golly. They are hard. Soft ratchets, it's about right there. Go back to about right there. You got all that stuff back there. All right. Then you got a thigh swivel, which is nice. Ratchet and knee bend, about 90 degrees, which is nice. You got a swivel, toe tilt down, not much, a little bit up, not much, and a little bit of a rocker right there as well. And you got the heel spurs. And like I said, you do have the wings. You can kind of situate them however you want to. Well, that's pretty cool. So there you go. There is articulation. All right, so you have two options with the weapons. Like I said, you can leave them tabbed in where if you want to transform it. I transform them without the weapons, but you can tab them up there if you want to. Or you got the little sliding thing, which I really love. I wish all the companies would do this because it's really nicely stable and everything. It's not going to come out, but you can hold the gun out like that. That's pretty cool. Now, you also can take the Power Master, and you can, move this around like that, and you can lift that up. If you want to carry it in there, you can. You have that option if you want to as well. So yeah, there you go. There is options for his accessories. And there's MP44 Optimus Prime. You got X-Transbot's bulkhead over there. Then you got Sideswipe from Takara Masterpiece, DX9 Sideswipe, and then you got Tis McGee Retgar. And there's some scale for you. And Crapagonics, Crappy Tool Paper, AAA Battery, Carmex, Cadbury's Kicker and Squeaks, more scale. Well, hey there, everybody. If you made it this far, as always, I freaking appreciate that. All right, final thoughts on this was the Chosen Prime Fans Hobby Get Right Robots exclusive at TFCON Toronto. This was Hangman or their Predator Jet Snare. I think is what it was. Overall, really liked it. I forgot, I got number 246 out of 600. I tried to show you during the transformation. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's just right behind the cockpit and everything. You see the stamp and it says 246 out of 600. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, this was exclusive to Chosen Prime. You can get. I don't know for sure if they have any more left. You can go check the website. I'll put the link down in the description if you will go check it out. I like it. I like them. I like them better than the other one, the other jet, Dreadwind, or I think this one, Dreadwind and Dreadwing. I always get them confused. But I do like this mold. It's pretty good. Once again, Get Right Robot did a great job as always. I always get his stuff. He does. He is brilliant. He does. I can't wait. Like I said, to what he's going to show off at Chicago. What their exclusive for that one's going to be. But like it, the paint on this is spectacular. I love the jet mode. I like the new wings. It looks pretty good. Transformation's pretty easy. Straightforward. Like I said, the paint's good. Articulation's kind of weird. The waist and everything's kind of weird. And make sure, like I said, it's kind of a pain in the tank to keep these separated. The cockpit part is on sliders, so you got to keep that extended, and plus you got to keep it tabbed up in here and everything. So that kind of gets a pain in the tank sometimes, but it's not terrible. You get the Power Master, and you get the guns and everything. So overall, I think it's worth it. It's pretty cool. Who thought we would ever get Predator jets? So I think that's nice and everything. Like I said, I think they got a couple more left, and I think we'll have all of them. And but I'm excited to see what they're going to be at Chicago, which one's going to be there and everything. So I hope you like my review. Hit me up some likes, share, prayers, and Care Bears. Hit that sub button for me if you don't mind. Hit me in some comments. Some of you thought of the review. And like I said, go to Chosen Prime. Try to get this guy if you want to. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. I really appreciate that. And I guess I'll see you in the next Transformer review. And as always, be good to yourself. And help freaking Transformers and help freaking Get Right Robot, man. He's freaking awesome. This thing's cool, man. Great job. Good night, folks.